Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. It's Healthy Podcast. Let me start with something that might sound uncomfortable. If the fitness industry is growing every year, why are people getting less healthy? That's a good question. Think about it. More personal trainers, more schools that create personal trainers, more courses, more programs, more apps. And yet, obesity is rising. You can double check the data, especially in the kids. Mental health is declining since COVID, it's quite a big deal. Energy levels are dropping. So something doesn't add up. For years, I worked inside this industry. I truly believed in it. Exercise works, nutrition works, structure works. And to be fair, people did get results. They lost weight, they looked better, they felt better for a while. But then something started to bother me because when I met those same people later, many of them were back where they started. Some even worse. Not because they were lazy, not because they didn't care, but because the system they followed was never built for real life. The idea of 3 months program and losing 20 kilograms in 3 months is not built actually for real life. And then I started noticing something deeper. People in their 30s trying to build families but struggling physically. Years of neglect catching up, 10, sometimes 15 years of sitting too much, eating without awareness, poor sleep, almost no movement. Or the opposite extreme, short bursts of intense effort, extreme transformations, lose 10, 15, 20 kilograms fast, and then gain it all back. And now, many are turning to medical solutions in case of fertility. But this is no longer just about fitness, this is about life. Most fitness programs are built around control. They tell you what to eat, when to eat, how to train, how many reps, how many calories. And on the surface, it works because structure creates results. But here's the problem: the moment structure disappears, so do the results. Because you didn't learn anything, you just followed some instructions. No one understands your body better than you. Not a coach, not a trainer, not an influencer. They can guide you, but they cannot live your life. They don't feel your stress. They don't see your schedule. They don't experience your habits. And this is why most people struggle after programs end. Because they were controlled instead of being taught. Another problem: the definition of fit is completely broken. Social media shows you extremes: low body fat, perfect lighting, stage ready physiques. But that's not real life. This is not what people really want. Especially family people, parents. A fit body is not about looking impressive for a photo. A fit body is a body that has energy, moves well, stays strong over time, supports your mind, allows you to live fully, take care of kids. And most of the time, the best program is not complicated. It's simple: walking, basic strength, consistent movement, done for years, not weeks or months. Why I'm building something different? This is why I'm building a different approach, not another 3 month transformation, not another strict plan, but a system built for 20, even 30 years. Because real fitness is not about speed, it's about stability and consistency. It's about understanding your habits, your environment, your triggers, your patterns, and slowly building something that fits your life. Not fighting your life, And here's the strange part: this approach looks simple, like embarrassingly simple, sometimes even too simple. Small actions, short routines, tiny habits. Nothing impressive, nothing extreme. And that's exactly why most people ignore it. Because we've been conditioned to believe that hard equals effective and simple equals useless. But real change doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency. So if you feel like you've tried everything, I've tried everything, maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe it's the approach you've been following. You don't need more pressure. You don't need another personalized plan or workout. You need understanding. That's why the starting point is simple. A 7-day challenge I created on yourtrainer.uk, not to transform your body, but to start understanding it. Because once you understand how your system works, you don't need to start over every year. Fitness is not something you chase for 3 months and then you give up. It's something you build for life. And once you learn how to build it, you don't lose it again. See you next time. Bye.